want you to understand right now, man. The U.S. banks have $6 trillion to lend. But companies or people aren't buying or losing that money. Why? Because interest rates are too high. But during that same season, here's the kicker to this, right? During the same season, $50 billion alone have been made off overdraft fees. Off overdraft? So you're not able to loan the money out, right? But you still like, bet, overdraft fees still in full effect. And who does that impact? It impacts the financially vulnerable. And when asked, who would be willing to cut their fees during this time? The only bank that stood up was Citibank and Bank of America. Everybody else was like, shit, they're going to pay these fees. That shows you the nature of the beast. Unemployment is at 3.7%. 6 million people are unemployed. 1.4 million claims. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. If that unemployment gets to its 12-month average, which is 4%, which is back to the January lows, it's another high indicator we're in a deep recession. It's at 3.7% right now. Unemployment, 3.7%. 6 million people don't have jobs. 1.4 million claims. So when we look at the January lows, what was it at in January? 4.4%. If we get back to that, we back at a 12-month, because last year in January, we was at 4%. That means we done decreased back to that. That means we done wiped away all the gains. We back out here. Deep recession, y'all. Like, this thing can get bad. But that don't mean we can't survive it. That don't mean we can't overcome it. We can't let what we hear in the news and what we hear in the media dictate our mindset. Make me, oh, it's in a recession. So now you start moving around the world like, I don't know, it's a recession. The gas prices, the house. Nah, it's a recession. Bet I'm about to get this money. Bet I'm about to, all right, I ain't spending money on a bull coin no more. I'm about to buy these assets that's going on sale. I'm about to go learn how to invest in the stock market. I'm about to learn how to trade. I'm about to learn how to buy real estate. I'm about to learn how to do trucking. I'm about to learn how to start a business. I'm about to learn how to become wealthy in the recession. Here's what I want you to understand. During the same time, Amazon cut 396 jobs. Then they just cut another 480. VFC Corp, the same people that make Timberland's Dickies, they cut 600 jobs. Disney cut 200 jobs. Ford cut 13,500 jobs. Robinhood cut 700 jobs. And the list goes on and on and on and on. People are cutting jobs. Remember what I told you before this happened? I said, you know when it's getting real? When people start cutting jobs like now they're going west. Because what do companies do to preserve capital? So let's paint the picture. People holding on to money because things are getting more expensive. People don't have what's called disposable money right now. Right? The majority of people money because of the rates, because of everything, people money going to food, gas, shelter. The main three things people money going to. No more disposable money. How do we know that? Well, Walmart said it. Target said it. Amazon said it. The retail people told us people don't have the disposable money. Why? Because we see toilet paper going and we see soap going, but we don't see the funny little concoction we made that people do in their leisure time when they waste money. The Snickers ain't selling like they used to. The Frito-Lays ain't selling like, the Pringles ain't selling like they used to. The chip and the dip ain't selling like, the honey buns ain't selling like it used to. The thin cut turkey from the premium meat ain't selling like it used to. They're getting the packaged bologna. The Sunbeam bread, the bunny bread ain't selling like it used to. I need the generic brand. How do we know that? Because the retailers is telling us, yo, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Publix, all these public companies that's missing earnings, they tell us the same thing. The disposable money ain't there. People not going to the bakery getting the pound cakes no more. People ain't getting give me the fresh donuts, give me the fresh. No, man. People in the bakery just sitting there on the counter. Hey, what's up? Y'all buy something? Nah, we good, man. All right, dude. I'm good. I don't want it. People ain't going to the store no more, right? Just snatching and grabbing. People got lists now. That ain't on my list. And then when they get to the register, they're saying, take that out the bag. I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. And they leave. Now the person on the cash register got 8 different things on the side that they got to call somebody to come get. They don't want these. This is what's going on in the stores. It's not a game. But what did I say? I said you're going to see stores laying people off, stores going out of business, acquisitions going to happen, companies going to start cutting dividends. Companies going to start lowering guidance. And what are we seeing? This ain't a crystal ball, that's a triple beam. It's not a crystal ball, it's a triple beam. Just put it on a scale and weigh it. Boop. Let's move on, man. How we feeling, man? How we feeling, man? Listen, I told you we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Just a little bit different. So it's like, man, the average fall in a recession is 31%. That's the average fall. As of today, we at 26%. That means we got about 5 more % left to go, man. That's just to be average. But remember, every situation is different. Every economic situation is different. So because every situation is different, it can go deeper and deeper. Jerome's saying he not stopping until that thing get down to 2%, which means we may go into that up until 2024, y'all. I'm just being real with you. The average recession lasts about 18 months, anywhere between 9 to 18 months. Grab a Snicker, man. We're going to be here for a while. Move on, man. Let's go. Listen, I know y'all heard me say this, man, but like I'm really not playing. Apple is truly holding the market up. It's still the biggest company on the market by market cap. Right? But I'm going to be real with you. So remember I talked about this a while back. It's called a rollover correction. So rollover correction is when the big companies are doing good, but then the small companies, so the big, like the Apples, the Microsoft, the Googles, the Amazons, right? When they holding up, but then the other companies underneath them are going through corrections, right? But now what happens is the Amazons, the Microsofts, the Google, they too is falling. They too down. Right? So now the only person fighting is Apple. Side step. Side step. You gotta be from New Orleans about that side step. You gotta be from side step, boy. Ooh. Ooh. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Ooh. But I remember I fight with that boy, side step, bang! That boy hit me with something serious. I just know a knock came out of nowhere. I was mad. I was mad at that boy. I fought that boy to the death. That boy, boy, I got a knot, boy. I'm not stopping until I see a knot on you. But check this out, man. Apple is truly holding the market up right now. They are fighting, right? And I'm going to just keep it 100% real with you, and you can hear me. I'm saying is Apple goes to 130. Apple goes under 130, we got an issue. Because now the one leg, so think about this. Think about having a table, right? Think about a table, and then think about every leg on the table is weak, and you got one thing holding the table up. And that one leg, even though Apple down right now, because it's the biggest company on the market cap that's up, that's on the market, when big investors start getting out of Apple, when they start losing confidence in Apple, that's pressure. When they start losing confidence in Apple, when they start saying, yo, I'm getting on the sideline, that's when we got a problem. Now, we got a problem already, but you'll see a real collapse when you see them get up out of Apple. Let's go, man. We chatting right here, right? So here's what I do want you to understand, right? Here's what companies are doing, right? So a lot of companies right now are because yields are so high, so now we giving you game, right? Because yields are so high, a lot of companies are falling back into the bond market, right? And so what happens, you got companies like Apple getting 4.31% on their bonds, right? You get General Motors getting 5.78% on their bonds. You get Home Depot with 4.3% on their bonds, and Ford getting 6.7% on their bonds. So what they're doing is companies still want to get a return for their money. and making investments, and that ain't working right now. So they're like, yo, let me just put my money. So you hear Apple got $190-something billion in cash. Well, they got a lot of that money in bonds to get a short-term return on that money. And so if they can get a return on that money, it's better than them just having the money sitting on the side. But even right now, with bond yields so high, even cash is getting a return. Right? So I wanted y'all to see that and understand that. Right? Even though the market is falling, companies are now taking their money, putting it in bonds. So here's what happens, y'all. What happens when the big investors are losing confidence in Apple and the bond yields? Look at that 2-year and that 10-year. That 2-year is up over that 10-year. So investors are getting more money for putting their money in short-term bonds. Anytime the market rewards a short-term investment longer than a long-term investment, we're in trouble. The 4-year peak, that 4.2, that thing. All right, man, let's go, man. We on it, man. We on it. So I heard this. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, this kind of pissed me off, right? This one here pissed me off. So they're calling it like a watchdog. Right? So they're saying a watchdog is going after people who committed PPP loan fraud. Right? It's saying $45.6 billion was stolen in COVID relief money. Now, here's what I want you to understand. 850 public companies that's on the stock market got PPP. 759 of them kept the money and didn't pay it back. You ain't about to tell me that people that look like me and you stole $45.6 billion in PPP loan money when people like Shake Shack and these other companies were getting 10 million, 5 million, AutoNation, 50 million, 30 million, 20 million. What? You coming after the wrong people. You coming after the wrong people. When 25% of them wasn't even in trouble. Only 25% of them was in trouble. The rest of them, that free money, let me get it. So make sure, partner, when you come after the people who were trying to survive, make sure you go after them public companies too who didn't pay your money back. I told you I'm going to represent us, y'all. Make sure Joe Biden and the crew, right? Make sure when you put the watchdog on the people, the poor people in America who was trying to survive, make sure, just make sure you go after them people, right, who took that PPP money, who didn't need it, who paid, they didn't even give it to their employees, they pocketed that. Make sure you go after them. 850 public companies got PPP loans. 759 of them kept it. Make sure you go after them too. Before you go try to separate a family, Mr. Joe, because I remember in 94 when you was calling us super predators too. I ain't forgot that. I told y'all, man, I'm going to stand up. I ain't scared to say what I got to say, man. So make sure you go after them, man. Let's go, man. Right? Look at it, man. 60% of the companies got 2 million, anywhere between 2 million and 5 million. 36% got anywhere between 5 million and 10 million. Now you do the math. There was 850 companies, 750-something companies didn't give it back. That's half of the 45 billion right there. More than half. That's more than half. Yeah, some people some people went scam. People trying to survive. People trying to survive. Yeah, some people went dip twice. Yeah, they're saying people was using people that was in jail. People that was using people that was dead. Oh, so, all right, people was trying to survive. In 2008, what happened? You ain't bring nobody to jail for the biggest collapse in American history. Ain't nobody went to jail for that. Dude walked away with $450 million. And now he run a small bank on Wall Street. Ain't nobody went to jail for that. Now you want to try to chase some people behind that? Go look at them people. Go holler at that. 2008 crash. Nobody. Financial crash. The banks crashed. The banks put us in that position. Ain't nobody go to jail. What we talking about? Stop playing. Stop playing. You want to try to go get some people who trying to survive. You don't have no money. You want to go after poor people in America. Black, white, brown, Latino, Asian. You want to go hit us up. I ain't getting nothing. I was cool. But you want to hit them people up. They ain't their fault. You put them in that position in the first place. Welcome to the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now Network. I'm your boy, the Wall Street Trap. You dig? This is why we need to be number one. This is why we need to be number one. Come on at me, man. Yeah.